Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your host, David Burrows, and this is episode 69.
Are you ready? Are you ready? Are you ready? Tell me you're ready.
Hello, everybody, once again, and as always, thank you for taking the time to stop on by here on the show. This week, we're going to talk about many things, but before we do, I just want to remind you about last week's episode. If you haven't had a chance to watch last week's episode, we had Southern Fried Incorporated, great Southern rockers here from Sarnia, Ontario, as well as we also showed off a band called Blurred Vision. They're from Toronto, Ontario, and they are labeled as going to be becoming one of the next big global things. Now, that's a lot to say, but the music world is talking about them. They're supported by Roger Waters from Pink Floyd, yes, that's the one and only, and also Terry Brown, multi-platinum producer Terry Brown, who produces Rush, is also their producer, and they're involved with many others like Bruce Springsteen and so many. So, check that out. It should be somewhere around a click if you haven't watched last week's episode. All right, well, this week, as I mentioned on last week's show, we're going to be adding some new segments here. And one of the things that I wanted to do was get out and talk to some local businesses, independent local businesses, if you will. And while we did that this week, we got down to the new self-storage facility in Point Edward recently opening, and they also recently held the Business After 5. And I got down there to talk to the owner, Perry. She was kind enough to give us some of her time. So we're going to go down. She's going to talk about and show off a little bit the new self-storage down in Point Edward, Ontario. Take a look at this, and then we'll be back. All right, well, this week here on the show, something a little bit different, and we're going to be doing on a regular basis. We're going to be talking with local business owners here in the Sarnia area. And this week, we're down at the new facility here in Point Edward, the local self-storage, and owner Perry Jongsma. How are you doing, Perry?
Very well, thanks. How are you today?
I'm doing great, and thanks for joining us here.
My pleasure.
Now, a storage unit, you know, some might think, well, what's the big deal? It's another storage unit. They're all over the place. What makes local self-storage different and set apart from the rest?
Well, local self-storage is a fabulous unit, and what sets us apart is we are the only climate-controlled storage unit in the Sarnia area.
Okay. And why is that so important? Why do I care about the temperature?
Well, the thing that sets storage unit apart is the temperature, keeping the temperature constant. People don't realize how much wear and tear on the belongings that they care enough they want to store, be it their furniture, their records, things that are important to them. With the extreme temperatures and humidity that we experience in southwestern Ontario, it takes a big toll on those items.
Right. Okay, so that's definitely important. Now, security here is second to none around this area. So explain, especially these special locks that you have going on here. Talk about that.
Being a very new facility, all of our security is the latest state of the art. Our locks are part of our integrated security system.
Right.
So when a customer becomes a customer, when they want to be storing their items with us, what we do is they are given a lock that is part of the integrated system.
Okay.
So with that, they are also given an access code. So they have access to their belongings, even though it's on the inside, 24/7, 365.
Right.
So when they come and want to go into their unit, they put their security access code that they've created on their own, and
Right.
they only are the ones that know what it is. They put their access code in, and that disarms their unit.
Right.
Because all units that are rented are alarmed at all times.
Yeah, and they're not just, and just so everybody understands, they're not just padlocks, right? These are built right into the unit.
These are a flush.
That's why they can be deactivated.
Exactly. They're a flush lock that has been designed with the security system.
Right. And video surveillance 24 hours a day. And something else special here is you have a loading bay here. Talk about that as well.
Yes, and again, people are really pleased about that because it doesn't matter how inclement the weather is,
right.
Be it a snowy winter day like we've been having, right. or a rainy, windy day. The loading bay is all enclosed. It's large, lots of room. We have 2 bays. And the thing, again, that sets us apart, we have a hydraulic lift.
Yes.
So regardless if you have a truck, a van, whatever your vehicle is.
Right.
You can put that
So you can
lift up
adapt
to the back.
whatever we're
Whatever
doing.
height needed, and we also have complimentary dollies and the customers can use
Perfect.
whenever they want.
That's fabulous. Now, if somebody wanted to find out more about your unit, of course, you've got a website.
We have a fabulous website, which is actually a very good tool for customers to determine how much space they need, what units we have, what the pricing is. It's local-selfstorage.com.
Very good. And we'll have that up on the screen as well and share. Thank you so much. We had a bit of a tour here as well. I thank you for that. And good luck to you down here. I think you're going to do very, very well with local self-storage down here in Point Edward. All right, well, Perry Jongsma, thank you so much for your time and having us down at the facility. What a great facility, folks. And I encourage you, if you're looking for something to store your stuff, to get down there and visit them at 712 Light Street in Point Edward, or their website should be on the screen there. Really cool website. In fact, if you don't know what size of storage you need, you can go on there, tell it what you're going to store, and it'll tell you what size you need. So check out their website, stop in and pay a visit. Really, really great new local self-storage facility, 712 Light Street in Point Edward. And Perry, once again, thank you for your time. All right, we're going to take a really quick break, of course, to show off our sponsors. But when we come back, Honeymoon Suite is going to be down at the Stubborn Mule this Saturday, March the 2nd. And we had an interview with Derry Grehan, the guitar player from Honeymoon Suite, and we're going to show you that. But first, take a look at this. All right, well, back once again here on the show, and I got to tell you, very excited for this next interview I'm about to show you. Derry Grehan, the guitar player, and who writes most of the music for Honeymoon Suite. Of course, they'll be down at the Stubborn Mule for the station reunion party this Saturday, March the 2nd. But we got an interview with Derry, and he took some time to talk to us. So we're going to show you that interview, and then be sure to stay tuned, because when we come back, we're going to show you how you could get a chance to win a pair of tickets to the Campbell Street Station reunion party this Saturday, March the 2nd, down at the Stubborn Mule. But right now, take a look at this interview. Derry Grehan from Honeymoon Suite, and then we'll be back with more. All right, well, here we are on the show this week. Very, very excited. Of course, many of you already know that we're looking forward to Honeymoon Suite coming to the Stubborn Mule Saturday, March the 2nd, and tickets going very, very fast for this reunion party, the Campbell Street Station reunion party. And joining us here on the show this week, Derry Grehan. How you doing, Derry?
I'm well, David. How are you today?
I'm doing wonderful. Thanks for taking the time to be here on our show. Honeymoon Suite, not a strange name to these parts of the world, and many parts of the world, actually. Of course, big hits like New Girl Now and Wave Babies and many, many more. Can you give us a brief background on how Honeymoon Suite, like the Reader's Digest version, if you will, of how Honeymoon Suite got started together?
Oh, man. Well, I guess in a nutshell, Johnny D started the band back in like 1981 or something like that. And we kind of got hooked up to our manager. The band was originally just a cover band when John first started it. And when I joined, it was like we were just a couple of broke, out of work guys with no money. And it was just a chance to get in a band together and get out there and work because we just needed to eat. Anyways, we were a bar band for about a year and a half, just playing cover songs. And then I started introducing some songs that I had written, one of them being New Girl Now. And we started shopping that around because we always wanted to get a record deal because I thought Johnny and I had something special, and I knew we could do something with it. So one of the places we sent the song was Q107 Homegrown Contest in Toronto. The demo won the contest and created a lot of interest for us, and out of that we got our record deal with WIA and blah blah blah, and then we recorded our first record, and it was just great right out of the chute.
Yeah, and it really has, well, obviously, I mean, you guys are still going strong together many, many years later. How many albums in total has the band put out?
Something like probably 6, maybe 7, I guess studio albums, at least 6 studio albums of new material, and then there's a bunch of the side ones of the live records and compilations and stuff.
Right. And you guys are currently on tour. Like, but is it all Canadian, or are you doing American tour as well, or what's happening there?
It's mostly all Canadian, and we don't really go on long tours anymore these days. We do a lot of weekend stuff,
right.
Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and that stuff just takes us all over Canada, right from Newfoundland to BC and everywhere in between. A lot of one-offs.
Awesome. Now, what's happening recently as far as with Honeymoon Suite? Is there new material being worked on, or a new album in the works? What's happening there?
I would like to do another record, and so would John. Our last studio record was called Clifton Hill, which came out about 3 years ago, and that was a lot of fun to do. It was great to have something new for our fans and just have some new songs. And now I'm sort of, Johnny and I are getting that itch again to put something new out. So I think at this point we're thinking about the songs, and who knows when we'll get in the studio. Other than that, there's a remix. Today I'm actually working on a remix. This DJ named One Love contacted me, and he wants to remix Stay in the Light, one of our singles.
Right.
So that's been fun to hear that in a remix kind of version. I've been putting the guitars on it. It's really cool. It kind of updates the thing. Anyways, watch for that. We'll get that on iTunes. We put a song out last year that we co-wrote with Aldo Nova called Tomorrow Never Comes, and that's on iTunes, and that's what's been going on.
That's awesome. Well, we're so excited to have you coming down here March the 2nd to the Stubborn Mule. The tickets are flying out the door for this Campbell Street Station reunion party, the 3rd annual one. And, of course, you guys are no stranger to Sarnia as well. What's aside from the album thing, when you're not working with Honeymoon Suite, if I can just get a little personal here, what are you doing aside from the band and the music?
Well, you're looking at it right here behind me. This is my studio, my writing room at my house, and I like to just be down here. I'm writing songs. I'm trying to get cuts with other people. I go to Nashville every couple months, and I'm working with people there. And that's what I love to do. Is mainly co-writing with other people right now, and maybe looking to produce some projects. And then with Honeymoon Suite, that kind of like fills up my plate right there. Just everything music. I'm really lucky to just keep doing and be doing that full time still.
Awesome. Well, congratulations for the success of your writing, and, of course, Honeymoon Suite's success as well. And, again, looking forward to having you down here at the Stubborn Mule on March the 2nd. And, in fact, I think I'm going to be introducing the band on stage that night, so we'll look forward to that. Yeah,
we've got some history with that place. It used to be the Campbell Street Station, yeah?
Right, yep, absolutely.
That goes so far back. It reminds me of the first album. Around the time of the first album, I can remember if it was Sarnia. I remember writing. There's a song on our second record called "What Does It Take," and I think I remember writing that. I would go down there in the afternoon, and I'd go up on the stage and play the keyboard quietly. And that was right around the time that our first record, we were working on it, and I remember people flying up from the States to actually see us at that bar.
Yeah.
I remember one of a record company guy there. So there's some good memories there from a long time ago.
A lot of great Canadian bands playing there at the station, is for sure. Now being the Stubborn Mule, it's great that they've done this, the 3rd annual reunion party, and bringing back many of those, like yourself, memorable acts that have performed at the Old Campbell Street Station.
Yeah, it's fun. It's fun to get in front of the people, and a lot of stuff we do in the summer, spring and summer is like the bigger stuff, the festivals and that. But in the wintertime, those aren't available. Right. So I like to get the band out there at least a couple of days a month and play clubs like that and get up close and personal. It's a lot of fun.
Right on. Well, once again, looking forward to Honeymoon Suite being down here. Derry, thank you so much. I know you're really busy, but I do appreciate you taking the time to be here on the show this week.
Yeah, it's good talking to you. We're looking forward to it.
Very good. Ladies and gentlemen, Derry Grehan here from Honeymoon Suite. Remember, coming to the Stubborn Mule March the 2nd. Tickets available down at Cheeky Monkey. But keep watching the show. We're going to give away a pair of tickets coming up shortly. All right, welcome back. There you have the interview with Derry Grehan from Honeymoon Suite. Thank you so much, Derry, for the opportunity to talk to you. And we're looking forward to the opportunity to see Honeymoon Suite along with special guest Good Question will be down at the Stubborn Mule this Saturday, March the 2nd, for the 3rd annual Campbell Street Station Reunion Party. Now, if you'd like a chance to win some tickets if you don't have them yet, stay tuned. Got to take a really quick break. When we come back, we'll show you how you can maybe win a pair of tickets to this Saturday down at the Stubborn Mule to see Honeymoon Suite.
If it rocks, we play it.
Get wild. Get crazy.
A cornucopia of quality programming.
Terribly dysfunctional.
K106.3.
Cheeky Monkey, the greatest TV store. Cheeky Monkey, movies and more. Cheeky Monkey, the greatest TV store in town. Cheeky Monkey, the greatest TV store in town.
All right, well, there you go. And be sure to check out the website for Cheeky Monkey, cheekymonkeysarnia.ca. They have a calendar of events that lots of things happening around town, always updated down there as well. Check that out. And you can find out what's happening this first Friday, coming up March the 1st, first Friday downtown, the cultural walk, if you will. I know there's always something happening down at Cheeky Monkey. There's some local entertainers or actors, if you will, going to be having a movie down at the Imperial Theater, and there's always lots of entertainment. So go to cheekymonkeysarnia.ca to find out what's happening this March 1st, first Friday. That's really hard to say, but anyway, we got it out there. You know what I'm saying. All right, well, before we move on, I got to tell you some more very exciting things are going to be happening, and, well, we're going to leave some of it for the next show. But first, let's focus on the Campbell Street Station Reunion Party. I've got a pair of tickets to give away, so here's what you got to do. Send me an email to the show at davidburrows.ws and tell me what year Honeymoon Suite came out with Wave Babies. Aha, there you go. So feel free to Google it, do whatever you got to do. Send me an email to the show at davidburrows.ws and tell me what year Honeymoon Suite came out with Wave Babies. And I'm going to take a random draw out of all those people that have the correct answer, and I will contact you over the next couple of days to personally deliver you your tickets to the Campbell Street Station Reunion Party. Still a few tickets left for that as well, though, if you'd like to purchase them down at Cheeky Monkey in Pickers Alley, but not very many left, and they're expected to go over the next couple of days, so check that out. All right, well, I think that's about it. If you want to be on the show, also send me an email to the show at davidburrows.ws or visit my website, davidburrows.ws. That's all the time I got for you this week. Have a great week and an even better weekend. We'll see you next time right here on the show. Bye for now.